Boy, the killing in Jamaica is not stopping. 12 persons killed over a period of 24 hours over the weekend. No man, this not normal. Yeah man, but the worst thing is, when the nation's vulnerable, yeah man, a 16-year-old girl was killed. You know what? Let's jet into this story. Yes man, welcome to Jet. Yeah man, good to have you on board man. Yes man, we just want to give thanks. First thing first is to give thanks to the creator, you know. The one who give you life, because boy, may I tell you, when you wake up and have the breath of life man, you just have to say, yeah man, give thanks to Father Yahweh, you know what I mean? And God through his son Yahushua HaMashiach, which is Jesus. So yeah man, so we also must say a prayer for the family of the 16-year-old girl, you know. Yeah man, Miss Picard, you know what I mean? It's like, why the way our granduncle take her out, you know, it's just really heart-wrenching, you know. So the condolences to the family still, you know, and we just keep on hold the faith and try. But all of this happened in a few divisions of the state of emergency, you know, so a lot of questions are asked. Yeah man, but we have 3 stories we're gonna go pan, you know. We're gonna look pan 3 stories. Yeah man, so the 3 stories we're gonna look pan, you know, is obviously the 16-year-old victim, you know, in that murder where happened over the weekend. We're gonna also look pan, you know, where people are about state of emergency, the expert them and all of that. And then I think we're gonna finish off with money gone down the drain. Yeah man, that story there is very important enough to look pan. So let's kick off with the 16-year-old girl will get killed by her granduncle. The little girl that play Ludi, and then her granduncle must have just come around and shoot her. I don't know if there was some conflict between them before, and this happened in the Lincoln Road area, East Kingston. And the granduncle must have tried making escape and buck up on some police and fire some whole heap pebbles, and police get hit, and then stray people get hit and all that. But the man escaped. Can you imagine the man escaped? But that's how it go. Usually police catch them still, but them escape in this one and thing. So the official story from, you know, the newspaper, Gleaner newspaper, say was playing Ludo or Ludi with her best friend when it was alleged that her granduncle approached her and shot her several times, hitting her in the head, left arm and upper body. The 46-year-old, this is the granduncle now, you know, Milford Henry, is wanted by the police in connection with the murder of the crime. New reports are that he was arrested in the Seaview Garden areas. Resident accounts of a strange behavior by Henry. So, you know, they must say, I wonder if this man is mentally ill, you know. Why am I say I will man mentally ill in Jamaica, you know, because we call him clean clothes madman, because it's like some behavior some man are going with, and not normal. I tell you that. It's just sad to know that all of this happened during state of emergency, and I think where this happened is one of the division where the state of emergency are going. And the father said, boy, may I tell you, you know, can't just imagine how distraught the father is. I'm devastated. I'm just trying to put the pieces together, and this is a quote, to see what could have really caused this. I don't even know how to describe this situation, said the father. So yeah man, so the next story said the jury is still out on state of emergency. So a lot of questions are asked whether the state of emergency was necessary or whether it is the right tool. My personal opinion is that you have to do something. I mean, I believe in too much of synthetic medication, but sometimes when you have a problem where it's chronic, you need synthetic medication to start off the healing process, and then you go back to herb or some sort of natural products to kind of, you know, deal with the issue, because normal synthetic medication just deal with the symptoms rather than the original reason for the cause. So state of emergency is necessary in this situation in order to curb crime in Jamaica, because things really are going bad. There is a criminologist say, you know, good, you know, say the state of emergency is not necessary. And young lad say, well, it's not a long-term fix. But I don't know if nobody did say it's a long-term fix. I don't think the government said it's a long-term fix. So this one say, this is a FEMA report now upon the issue. It says Jamaica must employ more evidence-based anti-crime strategy to permanently eliminate the scourge of crime instead of hastily arranged states of emergency that only offer a temporary fix to the problem. Jamaica criminologist Sanjay Thompson said that, and that's what I believe. And he have a doctoral sort of qualification in criminology at some Lund University in Sweden. He said right now the country is in a critical state with criminality, and the fact that they have called for another state of emergency while necessary, see, so him say necessary now, and I agree with that, cannot be a long-term solution. Me also agree with that. I mean, I think nobody did think so that they're going to be a long-term solution, and then the opposition not too in that support all of that too. However, Fitz Bailey, Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operation and the head of counter-terrorism and organized crime investigation branch, pointed out that states of emergency are not a crime-solving mechanism. They are just used to kind of stop the bloodletting, basically, so that ordinary policing can be done. So that's what he's saying. He's saying, and I quote, "I think people have a misconception of what a state of emergency is for." He's trying to say state of emergency is not to solve crime. We continue to do our traditional police investigation, but in order to stop the bloodletting, it is important to have that sort of extraordinary authority. So, me don't like for you if you agree with that. But before you go any further, so when you like and subscribe and hit the bell and all of that, that help the channel enough to make more people can see. You know, YouTube will kind of promote the channel and make more people can see these information and, you know, get vital and valuable information. So just hit the subscribe button now if you're not subscribing. I really appreciate that, please. So you have the police chief, you know, and I say something, but here what the bishop I say now. Bishop O'Neill Russell passed off you have a bishop I say something of the Covenant Holy Trinity in the volatile Coke Street area, otherwise called 12th Street, is also regarded as community leader, claims that people on the outside want to destroy residents from his community so that they are forced to defend themselves because the current crop of police serving in the division cannot help the situation. So I must say, well, the police now do not have people have to take up arms to defend themselves. He said none of the warring communities will sit down and let someone come and take their lives. So basically, I must say, this is what them people will come in and can take people's life, and then just did they have try to protect them thing. So he said bringing back state of emergency is a poor decision by the Prime Minister. That's what he said. He said what we need to do is to fire the security minister. I mean, another man name attack. Wow, why the security minister under fire? Do a reshuffle of the cabinet and all of that. So, you know, he must say that every community has a Don, but he denied being the man running Coke Street. So may say that I'm a Don, but I'm not a Don. So he must say, boy, nobody no call me a Don, me a Don. Me just there try help what me can do. And three more reverend and saying go from community to community to try and help the, you know, try and help the situation between try and keep the peace. Next story and the last story I talk about millions down the drain, yeah man. So a court rule and pause tax administration, Jamaica, TAJ, from collecting over 22 million from the Constant Spring Golf Club. Why I tell you, golf a rich sport, you know, rich people and play them thing, you know, so them I use a strategy to kind of block the government from collecting the money. I think between 2010 and 2014 them supposed to collect some money, and then them challenge it, and some court case supposed to go on next year September, that's 2022. And by the time we get to the court case there, I think they're not going to be able to collect the money. I think they will reduce it to 9.5 million, and the golf club, if them put it off again, then you will find, say, them pass the time where they're supposed to collect it, and Jamaica wouldn't collect none of that money there. And that is sad because we need money to fight crime, you know, so that's the other story still. Yeah man, but me like for you know, remember to like, share and subscribe, you know, and stay tuned man, and just keep on doing a bit we can to try and fight crime. Yeah man, so thank you for listening. Here we go on, we're going to jet off, you know.